Eldar Kurtanidze is probably not to be confused with anyone else. Probably everyone who is interested in freestyle wrestling knows about him. With a small height of 170 centimeters, he competed in the category up to 96 kilograms, and at the end of his career even in the weight up to 120 kilograms, and all this is solid muscles. However, the huge physical strength is not his only advantage, otherwise he would not have been able to be among the leaders of these categories for about 15 years and would not have won awards of the most prestigious competitions. Eldar Kurtanidze was born in 1972 in the autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic of Abkhazia. From childhood he was drawn to sports, and among his peers he stood out for his strength and endurance, qualities that Eldar inherited from his father, a sturdy man who worked hard on the land all his life. I really like judo, but it so happened that I enrolled in the Greco-Roman wrestling section, which, however, was engaged in a short time because I decided to switch to freestyle wrestling. This final choice was predetermined by the personality of Shota Kikabidze, a popular coach in our city who took me to him on the recommendation of my friend, Kurtanidze recalled. The coach immediately believed in the young men, which greatly inspired and gave confidence to the young wrestler. However, his parents did not share his enthusiasm and thought that he was wasting his time. But soon, when Eldar began to win at competitions, his parents' opinion changed. In the same 1990 the Abkhazian-Georgian conflict broke out. It was not safe to stay in Sukhumi. Mass exodus of city residents who did not want to become victims of the unleashed massacre began. This is what Eldar recalled about it. My mother, me and my two sisters were forced to leave Sukhumi, and my father stayed behind to guard the house. We never saw him again. In 1996, Eldar Kurtanidze won the European Championship among adults for the first time. In general, that year was a happy one for him in many respects. It started with a victory at the Yerevan tournament. The Olympic tournament in Atlanta, from which he returned as a bronze medalist, also turned out well for Eldar. In the same year, Kurtanidze signed a lucrative contract with a club from Germany. The Germans offered him $20,000 a year for the wrestler who had been living in a dormitory for several years and was constantly in need of money. This salary meant getting rid of the difficulties he had experienced. I'm ashamed to admit it, but there was a time when I didn't even have enough money to eat properly. For this reason, I could not withstand physical exertion. My hemoglobin dropped, and I was suspended from training several times by doctors. And after all that, I grabbed the German offer and then extended the contract 3 times. But capitalists do not give money for nothing, and I had to work them off, as they say, with blood and sweat. But I had no other chance to earn money, said Eldar. Playing for clubs in the Bundesliga Championship, Eldar Kurtanidze had to go to the Met every week. And what kind of opponents were there? Suffice it to name world champion and 3-time European champion Ervet Sabiv, finalist of the Olympic Games in Barcelona Heiko Belts, silver medalist of the World Championships Sven Thiel. Squeezed like a lemon after such exhausting championships, it was already difficult for Kurtanidze to fight in full force for the Georgian team, which became one of the reasons for his frequent breakdowns at the national team level competitions at that time. Competing at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney, Kurtanidze was in great shape. He confidently reached the semi-finals, but then stumbled on the representative of the Russian team, Sejid Murtazaliyev, who eventually became the champion. Kurtanidze had met him many times before, and as a rule, luck was on his side, but this time it turned away from him at the right moment. Eldar Kurtanidze was repeatedly offered to change his citizenship and play for other countries. Ivan Yerevan called him to Russia. The Germans, Uzbeks, and Greeks called him. But here's what Kurtanidze said about it. I'm somehow sure if I had accepted one of these offers, I would have achieved more on the mat. But something always held me back, not least the desire to be useful to my country. No one would have condemned me if I had done otherwise, because everyone who is in demand abroad leaves. Look at how many Georgian wrestlers are competing for other countries today. In 2004, Eldar Kurtanidze went to his third Olympic Games, but this time he dropped out early, placing only 8th. 2005 was quite a successful year for Kurtanidze. This year he twice climbed the podium of major international tournaments, becoming the winner of the European Championship, as well as the silver medalist of the World Championship.
Ну, смотрим вертушку. А мог и запустить. Вот на одном из чемпионатов мира иранцы Хейдари он с этого приема на спину бросил. Редкий, откровенно скажу, уже бросок вот этот вертушка для вольной борьбы. Ну вот, один из лучших его исполнителей за 10 лет, Лука Куртанидзе.
In 2006, Eldar Kurtanidze decided to significantly increase his weight, moving from the category of 96 kilograms to the category of up to 120 kilograms. And this is reminiscent of his height of only 170 centimeters. In the heavier weight category, Eldar showed himself quite well and even managed to become the third at the European Championship. But soon after that, Eldar Kurtanidze decided to finish his outstanding wrestling career, during which he managed to win a huge number of medals in the most prestigious international tournaments, namely to bronze medals of the Olympic Games, to gold, to silver and 1 bronze medal of the World Championships, as well as 5 gold, 3 silver and 2 bronze medals of the European Championships. In addition to freestyle wrestling, Eldar Kurtanidze tried his hand at mixed martial arts. On December 31, 2006, he made his debut in the Japanese promotion Pride against the veteran mixed martial artist and former amateur wrestler Kazuyuki Fujita from Japan. But was defeated by submission at 2 minutes and 9 seconds of the first round. And being already at the age of 45 years, Eldar Kurtanidze decided to resume his wrestling career again and try his hand among veterans. He has not lost his strength, and at the moment the titled wrestler has 3 gold medals of veteran world championships in his bank.
1993, he took home a world silver. Ve bu seansın son karşılaşması başlamak üzere sevgili seyirciler. Sydney'de sabah, Türkiye'de There's a